Hey guys, so this is crazy, but obviously the title tells you that there's a crazy situation with Cory and like CoryXKenshin, and basically an ex girlfriend of his released a bunch of stuff about their relationship, and it boils down to her claiming that he like emotionally abused her and manipulated her for sex. That's pretty much the the whole point of showing everything is that he's a weirdo and he just wanted sex from her and didn't really take the relationship seriously. And that's pretty messed up. Um, but it's not really like evil, I'd say. Especially because I mean, I guess personally it would be, but overall, like, you could look at it that way or you could look at it as he was just a shitty boyfriend, right? Like, because those are her claims. She has her evidence, and I say her evidence because, like, it depends on how you look at it. You could look at it from an emotional, super emotional view, and then that's what you'll see, that he's just like a really evil guy. But if you look at it from a different point of view, he was like just a really bad partner, pretty much, and he's weird. He's a bit freaky, pretty much. I think the worst thing that he did was just say that weird comment, like, "Oh, I did something to you in your sleep. I didn't hurt you," which I would think was just some kind of weird joke because both laughed it off. But I don't know. This is just something that's kind of like super personal and really it just shouldn't have been brought to the internet because now it's up to public discussion and everyone's gonna think of what they want to think, pretty much, right? It's one of those things where, like, I don't know. I don't know why she did this, but yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it's like it's very personal. You really don't put that out on the internet because she's really not claiming he did anything like sexually assault her or anything either, right? Like she has that clip, but she's not claiming that he did that. She's just kind of like that one's kind of just like up to your interpretation, I guess, or more like it's just showing him how weird he was and how he is because there's a bunch of clips. And then there's more screenshots of him talking and whatnot, or not talking, but like DMs. And he's very weird in DMs, don't get me wrong. But that is if you believe those DMs are from him. I don't know. You never know for sure. But yeah, it's a very interesting, very strange situation. I'm a big fan of Corey, so I'm definitely like on his side. But I'm definitely like, if I, you know, don't believe the woman, no matter what, at the end of the day, I'm going to be like, Corey is a bit weird. Corey is definitely a bit of a freak. Kind of like with Pyrocynical, where like everybody knows his like main fetish, so you know he's a freak. It's pretty much just like this. Either way, though, it is very concerning. It's some weird behavior, no matter what. But I wouldn't say it's all that bad. And this probably happened 2, 3 years ago, I think, something like that. So I don't know. Maybe he's learned from then. I don't know. People change sometimes, not in a big way, small ways. I'm not sure. I can't say for sure. But either way, I do hope he addresses this in the best way possible because, I don't know. But, if you're really rational about this, the worst that's happened is that he just was a bit of like a playboy and yeah, that's pretty much it. He was just not great at the relationship. That is the worst that at least I took out of this, right? Which is a little shocking, but it's not evil. A lot of people are over exaggerating. They're looking at it from a very, very, very emotional point of view. And obviously, I'm a little emotional about it because, Corey's my goat. So, but either way, they're kind of just like immediately siding with her. And I get it. They all look bad. All those DMs, the videos, they do look bad. But when you take a step back, that's pretty much all it is. It's just a very not great relationship. Um, so yeah, it's wild. But we're gonna see what happens. I just hope that he takes the time to, because if he does like an immediate response, it's not gonna look good. it's probably an indication of guilt, you know. But if he takes his time, he really gets his story straight and everything, then maybe he will be innocent. I don't know, because some of the greatest responses to allegations, because really there's no big allegation here. You know, she's just kind of saying, "Hey, he was shitty to me." And he hurt me in a certain way, but she never claimed sexual assault or anything. So, like I said, it's not that bad. It's bad, but it's not that bad. And even then, like I said, the worst it is just a failed relationship and him just being a playboy with her or not really caring too much about her, that kind of thing. Maybe tone deaf or whatever. That is the worst it is. But because it's on the internet, nobody, any YouTuber is perfect until they aren't, right? And if you're not perfect, then you're basically Hitler, pretty much. So yeah, that's pretty much the situation, and that's why I gotta let you guys know that if I ever do blow up, hey, I'm definitely not perfect. I definitely make a lot of mistakes. Not nothing too big, but yeah, I definitely make a lot of mistakes, and yeah, I guess that also just makes me literally Hitler, But yeah, I just want to, I'm gonna let you know that not perfect at all. You're not gonna see any crazy parts from me on my videos. Nobody would do that, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's late. I gotta go to sleep. I got work. So yeah, but it's either way. It's a crazy situation, and I gotta wait to see his response to just figure it out because you need both sides of the story, you know. But knowing him, he probably, if those DMs are real, it probably meant to just being a freak, man. That's about it. And yeah, he wasn't great at the relationship. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But his next response or first response will, hmm, I'll say it'll shape his career more than most because his fans are serious about being good people. So yeah, we'll see what happens.